Welcome into college football now. I am your host, Harrison Graham. National Signing Day was last week on December 15th for the 2022 recruiting class, but a lot, and I mean a lot, has happened since then. So we're going to go ahead and update the top 25 classes as they sit right now. And keep in mind there are still several recruits that will decide on colleges between now and February, the second National Signing Day. Okay, we'll go from 25 to 1. Ole Miss, 17 commits. They've got 4 stars. They sit there at number 25. Shout out Arizona. Look, it takes a while to rebuild, but you finish with the top 25 class. That certainly helps. 21 commits, 4 stars there as well. Mississippi State coming in with the 23rd ranked class. Mike Leach has 5 4 stars, 22 commits overall. Mel Tucker got that big signing extension, that 10-year, $95 million contract, and he's got 22 commits to go with it. And then South Carolina with 22 commits as well. Shane Beamer with the number 21 overall class. And remember, he also picked up Spencer Rattler and Austin Stogner from Oklahoma out of the NCAA transfer portal. If you love college football, well, I encourage you guys to subscribe to us here at Chat Sports because we've had you guys covered on all things college football news, rumors, coaching hotboards, recruiting over the last several months here. Join the Chat Sports family. We will continue to plug out college football content throughout bowl season and, of course, the college football playoff and the national championship game as well. All you got to do, hit that big red button and subscribe. All right, 20 through 16 here. Arkansas, 21 commits. They've got 5 4 stars, 14 3 stars, a couple other commits in there as well. LSU, 13 commits, does have 5-star quarterback Walker Howard, obviously Brian Kelly, leaving Notre Dame for the Tigers, and look for them to add some players both out of the transfer portal and some of these later recruits that are still waiting to decide on where they land. LSU, I think, could be a big mover over the next couple of weeks. Indiana, bad year for Tom Allen's squad. Their quarterback transferred to Washington, but top 20 class here, 20 players in this cycle. Dabo Swinney at number 17 here. Only 13 commits, a lighter class. He does have a 5-star and 8 4 stars, so some high-quality players for Dabo Swinney, but there's real question marks about the future of Clemson after losing offensive coordinator Tony Elliott. He takes the Virginia job. Brent Venables, the DC, is now the Oklahoma head coach. The athletic director has moved on to Miami as well. So for the first time in the better part of a decade, there's questions around Dabo Swinney and Clemson. They are already coming off a bit of a down year. Do they rebound? Has he peaked at Clemson? This is why I want to ask you guys this question. Will Dabo win another national championship at Clemson? Why for yes and for no? I think it's fair to wonder. I think it's fair to have questions about the future of the Clemson Tigers now that they've lost so many coaches and their AD. Get your votes in. Why for yes and for no? Will Dabo win another natty at Clemson? Okay, then at number 16, the Auburn Tigers. Brian Harsin entering year 2 as the head coach. He's got 9 4 stars, 18 overall commits in this recruiting class. Top 15 we go. The Stanford Cardinal. It's been a down few years for David Shaw, but he's still recruiting well. Changes could be coming in the Pac-12 with Lincoln Riley at USC. Obviously, you've got Dan Lanning up there at Oregon as well. We'll see if Stanford can rebound in 2022. Tennessee at 20 commits. Josh Heupel, I thought he did well in year 1 to stabilize things after the Jeremy Pruitt issues with recruiting violations and so forth. So to get a top 15 class, at least as of now, is good. And, of course, Pruitt just wasn't that good of a coach. Florida State rallied a bit, got up to the number 13 class. Obviously, it hurts when Travis Hunter flips to Deion Sanders and Jackson State, but a good recruiting class for Mike Norvell. He's got 6 4 stars, and a 5-star. Number 12, Missouri, Eli Drinkwitz's doing a good job. He's got the number 3 overall player in this class, 16 commits in total. Then Mark Stoops over there at Kentucky gets that big extension. He's got 20 commits, the number 11 overall recruiting class in 2022. Speaking of Mark Stoops in Kentucky, we've got hoodies for you Wildcats fans available, and just all college football hoodies at the link below. Up to 50% off at chatsports.com/CFB hoodie. Now, some of these will not ship to you by Christmas, but just pull the old trick. Oh, the mail, it got stuck in the mail, Mom. What do you want me to say? It's all good. Chatsports.com/CFB hoodie. It'll get there soon enough, and you guys can stay warm this holiday season, especially if you're going off to some of these bowl games. Throw one of these on, you'll be good to go. 50% off high-quality hoodies and jackets. Chatsports.com/CFB hoodie. You see that Oklahoma hoodie? Here come the Sooners. Number 10 class for 2022. Brent Venables adding a few players the day before signing day to kind of rally this class after the exit from Lincoln Riley. They got 15 commits in this class, and they're waiting on a couple of other players as well. And I think Venables also mentioned he expects to be active in the transfer portal, so keep an eye on that. At number 9, Michigan. They really had a strong signing day. I believe added 5 players that were still deciding. 23 commits, number 9 overall class, 1 5-star, 10 4-stars, 13 3-stars, or 12 3-stars, for Jim Harbaugh. North Carolina, Mack Brown has 2 of the top 11 overall players in this class. So 2 5-stars, 9 4-stars, 17 players to tout. Down season for the Tar Heels. They had higher expectations, but Mack Brown could still recruit. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Marcus Freeman entering his first year as the Notre Dame head coach after the exit of Brian Kelly. He's got 21 commits in this class. The Fighting Irish have 1 5-star and 16 4-stars, good for the 7th best class in 2022 for Notre Dame. And at number 6, James Franklin. They've been quiet for a while. They've had all 24 of these commits since before signing day. Good for the 6th-ranked recruiting class. 15 4-stars and a 5-star for James Franklin. So there is where the Nittany Lions sit. Before we get to the top 5, shout out your squad. Let us know who your favorite team is. Maybe you have a top 25 class, depending on who your favorite team is. Mine does not, unfortunately, but TCU got to be active in the transfer portal, it sounds like. Shout out your favorite team. I'm a TCU alum. Producer Sam's an OU alum, so we're always talking trash back and forth. Usually he's on the better end of it, unfortunately for me. Okay, top 5 we go. Texas, they had a big signing day, 27 commits. Steve Sarkisian has 1 5-star, 17 4-stars, and Quinn Ewers transferred to Texas as well. He was the number 1 overall player in 2021, and he is potentially the future at quarterback in Austin. We'll see how that shakes out. At number 4, the Ohio State Buckeyes, 18 commits. A lighter class for Ryan Day, but a more defensive focus. 14 4-stars, 2 5-stars as well for Ryan Day and company. Plus, they added Oklahoma State defensive coordinator Jim Knowles to help fix that defense after a pretty poor year on that side of the ball. Georgia coming in at number 3, 26 commits. 5 5-stars, 14 4-stars. They were sitting on top for a while as Georgia, then the top 2 programs we'll get to in a moment, we're kind of jockeying for that number 1 overall class, but the Bulldogs kind of comfortably with that number 3 ranked class as of now. That's likely where they will finish up at the end of the day. At number 2, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Nick Saban doing what he does. 24 commits, 3 5-stars, 19 4-stars. They were jockeying for that number 1 class as well, but you know what? The reason we did this video again in the first place here today is Texas A&M got red hot on signing day and after signing day as they continued to add 5-stars, 5 in total for Jimbo Fisher, 27 commits, 5 5-stars, 19 4-stars. These are the 5-star players. Walter Nolan, number 2 overall, 6'4", 325-pound defensive lineman there. Evan Stewart was one of the players who committed after signing day. Number 6 overall player, 6 foot, 180-pound wide receiver. Gabriel Brownell-Dindy, number 16 overall, another defensive lineman at 6'3", 280. Denver Harris was one of those post-signing days 5-stars. Number 17 overall player, the 6'1", 180-pound cornerback out of North Shore High School, and then Connor Wegman, number 19 overall player out of Bridgeland High School in Cypress, Texas. 5 5-stars for Jimbo Fisher, and I read that according to the 24/7 Sports Composite, should they add another 5-star, I think there's 1 or 2 still out there, they might end up with the greatest signing class in college football history according to recruiting services. Shamar Stewart in the mix at A&M. They're the favorite to land him. If they get him, this could be, at least on paper, the greatest recruiting class that we have ever seen. So we'll ask you, is this Texas A&M recruiting class the best one ever? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. we'll see how it shakes out. It's very, very fascinating because it's going to be interesting how it plays out. I'm going to be covering it, and if you want to interact with me on social media, it's at HGramNFL on Instagram. That's also where you can find me on Twitter. Stay tuned to Chat Sports because if there are any more major updates in recruiting, we'll have you guys covered here on the channel.